Hey, and welcome to episode 2 of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yeah, I remember the title. So, I'm thinking Kazuma and I are going to vacation in England? Or Great Britain? Somewhere? Sounds fun. Can't wait. And, forgot the girlie's name, but I think she's probably going to tag along too. Alright, so let's get started. Also, maybe we'll get some answers about Giselle? Who knows? The adventure of the unbreakable speckled band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness.
This is like Sherlock Holmes?
You see it, Wilson?
Yeah.
His tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words.
Oh.
The speckled band.
Oh, I don't remember my Sherlock Holmes stories.
This is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson.
Oh, please don't have references. I'm gonna mess up.
In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Like, I know, Hound of Baskervilles? And I think that's all I remember. And like the first 3 episodes of the BBC Benedict Cumberbatch one? Oh, okay, starting. Oh, hello.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor.
That's Russian!
Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word.
Yeah, told you.
The victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well
Gab.
suggesting he was compos mentis.
It's GA something!
This is a most extraordinary script.
I mean, it's in Russian, so I...
And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message.
Sorry.
In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Are you gonna shoot the evidence? Oh.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
What is happening?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British
Wait,
consultant
hold on, was that
detective,
Hosonaga?
only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes.
Herlock Sholmes?
You must have heard of me.
Really? Herlock Sholmes. Sorry. My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Did I get framed for another murder? I swear, if I'm locked in there and they're like, Rinosuke, you're the murderer again. Oh my god, I was kidding. Wait, I can't move. Huh? What the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Oh, you. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You... Huh. You found me then? Da. We found you. And now you pay. Criminal. I'm getting framed for murder again. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, sorry? Now, you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, Wait, no, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Oh, sorry. Why did you do it? Why... Oh, what was your voice again? Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Mr. Sato? Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? No. Where's Kazuma? It's a misdirect, right? This is... Kazuma is faking his own death to find out a mystery in Great Britain that he can only find out if everyone thinks he's dead. And that is what I'm sticking with. Yep, this isn't Danganronpa. This isn't... I'm not gonna lose characters I like right off the bat. That's silly. Oh boy, okay, Ha! You pretend you do not know? You are wolf in sheep's pelts. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin. But I don't see one, so... He's okay. He's okay. That was bolted from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs? Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. Nope, nightmare. Absolute pure nightmare. Nope, Disney rules. No body, no death. That's how it works. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? I was just saying we're going on a nice adventure together. It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case on the floor? I thought I was gonna die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you- Oh, Kazuma, that's rude. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone else will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians won't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant, Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. Huh, I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. Back in my hiding trunk. I know it's cramped, but you better get in here, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yeah, but what if the steward decides to open that wardrobe for some reason? Then I'd be in for it. Stop worrying. I'll tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? Huh? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. You've only been at sea for about 15... only 15 days? How could this have happened? We were supposed to be going to this adventure to England together. Or maybe it'd be like in the first Phoenix Wright, he's gonna be my ghost assistant. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. Huh? I'm not a murderer. Duh. You said before. You said you admit to everything about your crimes. Wait, no, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Suzato-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. Okay, I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs? They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. Huh? Or to put it another way, the culprit could only have been someone inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Suzato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there are no obvious external signs of injury then, right? That's true, yes. Can anyone tell me what actually happened in the cabin? I don't understand. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that is something you know the answer to better than anyone else. Please. Whatever you say. You were here in the cabin after all. Well, yeah, but I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Suzato-san arrived at this cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... Okay. Oh, is that P sound an R sound? It's like... Gar... I don't remember! I don't remember my alphabet. There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. It is Russian, not something else, right? Okay, anyway, there's Kazuma-san collapsed on the floor. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's just very hard to believe. This is all hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yeah, shoot. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Why are you even on board the ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yeah. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma-san invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. I thought we were going to have a nice England vacation together, too. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yeah, you did say that. But I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. I should probably do some schoolwork or whatever. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then... Then what? Nothing. Forget it. Huh? Kazuma-sama? He was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yeah, maybe. Something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes, then. It was darker than I'd ever seen it before. I want to investigate whatever the heck that is. Suzato-san? I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. So I know Kazuma-sama. I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah. Word perfect, in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma-sama brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yeah. So deeply that he even stirred when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes? I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do. But it's the truth, I swear it. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. Suzato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. The cook! Maybe it was poisoned. If I could just remember what sound P makes. Is it... Okay. What is also this letter, though? What is a triangle? I don't know what the triangle sounds like. Okay, maybe it's an O. I don't remember or not. Maybe it's an O sound. So, Garo or... No. Okay, whatever. Why does this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. I'm handcuffed. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. But Cosmo was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied while whoever did this walks free? I can't allow that. Well, what do you propose we do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Cosmo's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya! Oh, did she attack me? Yes. Yes, she did. What the? That was a Susato takedown. A Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Huh? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to? Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Oh, I see. She expected me to present some conclusive evidence. Well, let me examine everything first. I have to get Susato-san to believe in me. I'll show her evidence that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Sure. That looks good. Present?
Yes!
Tell me, what else discovered in the wardrobe before? Was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case a cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that is quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Okay, not impossible technically, but very improbable. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Cosmo-san thought so highly of you. Thanks. This is not the sun. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you help me up now, please? Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating, in here at least. Thanks! So you finally believe me? No. I'm sorry, no. Huh? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Yeah, got it. Let's do it. Okay. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Yeah, I know. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Sure. Okay, hold on. Yeah, anyway. Make us start investigating here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I'm going to avenge you. Okay, oh, I want to examine. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? And the mark beside it, I wonder. What is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yeah, you're right. It's colored brick, isn't it? I really don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yeah, he was always saying that Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe that he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it with him on this trip. I suppose it shows us how important it was to him. Now he's gone, but I'm not really ready to let his spirit go just yet. Oh, cool! Look at those check marks. It says that you clicked on this already. Neat. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the Estes. Oh, I missed that. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects on their Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Oh, we're gonna find a pet somewhere, huh? I want a pet! Did we take a bird? Huh? What are you staring at me? Oh, I'm the pet? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Wow. I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look! They've all toppled over the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yeah, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. And everything mowed down at once. I wonder if... Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama's doing his morning sword training, do you think? I doubt it, really. Then perhaps... It was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. Nope, that's messing with the crime scene. Sure, complains about me messing it up, but then she does that. Okay, let's look at the ink. Wait, what? Oh. Ink doesn't matter, I guess? It's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yeah, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I was stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read it. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in there. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even get to make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Ooh, was there poison in the ink? Was it Curer? Oh, oops. That's out of the question. Huh? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but we must not read his private thoughts. What if it's important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. While you're here. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either, but in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Okay. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. And I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage? Poor Kazuma-sama, no doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some sort of clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think it's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. Huh? Then what language? It's Russian. It's Russian, Rinosuke. It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? It's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Cosmo-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? He doesn't like chicken? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean... Poor Cosmo-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly. It's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery all over the floor for some reason. Yeah, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Cosmo-sama. Wait, no. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in, so yeah, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. It's a very fancy ring bell thing. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes. In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I was like, are we summoning anybody? The culprit shows up. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. Oh, don't say that. No, I'm sure that everyone's busy, that's all. No one wants to go to a crime scene murder place thing. Okay, look at that vent up there. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it'd be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough or something. I guess. Maybe that's it. Or maybe... Was he always there? No, he was obviously not always there. When did he appear there? And there's so many things odd with this picture. Hey, wait, who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You know some man too, haven't you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious. Okay, so not a closed room, because if you didn't see him enter through the door, then there's just another way in. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Cosmo's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk to him. Am I just imagining it, or does that sound like almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press space on people within the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Yeah, I know, I can press spacebar to talk to people in real life. I'm glad we're saying this out loud and not, you know, secretly. Oh, please. Yeah, no, talking to you. Herlock Sholmes. Excuse me? Excuse me, do you have a minute? Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps it would be for the best. Oh, hi! Ugh! What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. You're no Cosmo. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive, just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Huh? Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Well, I mean, that's true, at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. Huh? You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. Okay, what the heck? And, well, the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity. You ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you're talking about me? Certainly I am. You're a big old dork, too! Do you see anyone in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name. How do I even see one person who fits the bill? How do we know you're not a Russian assassin? How do we know you're not a Russian assassin? So it's true. It was you who did this to Cosmo-sama. Huh? And you're plotting a revolution, too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No. Listen, there's no way. Oh, come on! Ow. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. How could you do it? Oh, come on. For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you do find yourself in the midst of a troubling predicament, do you not? I mean, yeah, maybe. There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, I think you're full of... The ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more of plain observation. Indeed. An observation, my dear, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my finding with brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Herlock Sholmes. Oh my god, Herlock Sholmes. So, it really is you, the actual Herlock Sholmes. The very same. The inimitable actual Herlock Sholmes. Okay, maybe you're a Russian assassin pretending to be Herlock Sholmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world, Naruhodo-san? Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on, then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Bro. So, you're really a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no... oh, gosh. I mean, I have... No. I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yeah, Rant's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Yeah, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you start to think you really are the detective? Make no mistake, I am not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backwards. Backwards? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in a magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to our publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of muscle, a slight inclination of posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Uh-huh. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Alright, have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow, who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Sure. I'm in these now because of him? When I became anxious about Cosmo-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself along with their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, lucky for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, is on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Really? 2 facts, you say? Okay, 2 facts. Mr. Sholmes, please tell us. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into his cabin this morning? Ah, yes, but first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yeah, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as followed. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message. Okay, but he would write in Japanese, because if he wouldn't write in Russian if the killer is Russian. Hey, the killer is blah. Because then the killer would read it and be like, nah, and erase it. But it also looks bad for me because I don't speak Russian. Yeah. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna Google how to... Russian word for wardrobe, how to pronounce it. I was right! Okay, so that was gar, but that's a D. Garderobe. So close! Do you really think Kazuma-san will left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. But this young man, Russian... Why does he think... Kazuma was Russian? Initially, I considered Garderobe may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Guard, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Okay, wait, no, so switch it. So the killer used Kazuma's hand to write wardrobe, knowing I was in there? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it has to, because, okay, so everything's tilted this... There we go, this way. I realized my camera is flipped, so I was pointing the wrong way. So if the ship was tilted, everything rolled that way. The ink didn't, though, right? And the ink would have been on his desk, so ink rolled the wrong way instead of that way with everything. Yeah, okay. So that wasn't Kazuma's message. Okay, where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly? Quite so, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were appointed. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim in the message that I might analyze for possible hidden details. Kazuma? This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered before the body was removed. Yeah, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this, though. Are you alright, Naruhodo-san? No, but thanks. Alright. Photograph. Can I ask you something, Dr. Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes? What pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that? Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me here to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me? Okay, why are you speaking Russian, though? Coquetcho? I don't remember much anymore. Certainly, if it interests you. Why are you speaking Russian then? How many times? I'm not Russian. I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me? Ah. The now famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself. Actually, it was the other details that I was hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and the assassin of 16 people thing. Ah yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Okay, sir. Sir. Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Okay, hold on, but this is Shanghai again. And Giselle was sent to Shanghai. Right? Right? Yeah, see, no, I can deduce things, Herlock Sholmes. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday. Oh my god, what if this is the same trial again? What if she sails on here, poisoned Kazuma, and is trying to blame me for the murder? This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. So when was Kazuma a Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was a Russian because of what Kazuma wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain. No, wait, how could this be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you've no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, it's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. Ah, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and thus he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There could be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where he says he's returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself. That's a little memento of this great deduction. Thanks? I was learned all there is of interest to me within these pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. So you're calling me rubbish? Okay, I got the article. And you may find the article on the back page if it interests as well. On the back? Cast your eye over sometimes if it may take interest. Okay, hold on. Court record? Let's just look at that then. How do I turn around again? There we go. I think... Huh? This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san? Well, no. I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful Russian young princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, don't you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Huh, I'm glad you noticed this article. Yeah. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thanks. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of Novovich Ballet. Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She's of course a talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard? Sir? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money. Susanta's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself in worry. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of the Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be a Russian thing to do. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, cool. So, is she the murderer? Before we start talking, you're examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Oh yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? I like his movements. That's like a weird thing to say. Observe, for the moment, the desktop of the victim. Oh, Ragami's diary. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Cosmo's keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. It's something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Suzato takedown is. Or not. Suzato-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray, be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. But this diary is littered in complicated-looking characters, which I can... Okay, that's literally just me trying to read Russian. I'm like, yeah, no, I can say good morning and thank you and count to 5, and that's about it. So what was all that showing off before then? If you'd be so kind as to show me, I'd be happy to read to you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madam. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard of that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? That man was presumably referring to the ventilation system? To the lattice on the wall there, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yeah, the adjoining cabin. Okay, Kazuma's diary's in the court records. I'll show everybody in court his diary. Alright, we're done investigating because we're hitting an hour. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I'm to sit too long, if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No. That'd be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? There's no point trying to turn to a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Huh? You're kidding. You just said it a minute ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what were you looking at my niece? So what, were you looking at my niece for? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? Huh? We must go investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can... Hiya! After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just gonna roll over and accept your fate? Ow. See if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea! The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Cosmo to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring the real culprit to justice. Alright, but we're going to investigate more next episode. So, not in England, not with Kazuma, and accuse of murder again. Yeah, things are looking totally fine. Alright, see you guys all next time. Laters.